They see this patient with 15 symptoms. They do all these tests. It's all normal. And then they say, you know, you need to go to psychiatry. There's two different triggers. In our practice, 70% of our patients are long vax. Their illness started after the vaccine. The other 30% it started after COVID. But although we call it long COVID, as if it's a new disease, it's not a new disease. I mean, it's literally the patients I see are suffering from what used to be called myalgic encephalitis / chronic fatigue syndrome. I've never seen such a wide and diverse symptom burden. And the crazy thing is about ME/CFS, right, which is what we used to call this disease, because it's always been associated with infections, is that nothing works in everybody. And also the testing is generally normal. There's nothing like that you can hang your hat on. And so most system doctors, they see this patient with 15 symptoms. They do all these tests. It's all normal. And then they say, you know, you need to go to psychiatry. You need some counseling or therapy. And these patients are so physically unwell. It's a disaster. It's tragic to see, you know, when they come to me and they tell me their story of their journey through the system, of being gaslit and abandoned and not treated and not understood and not heard. I mean, it shows you the really bad side of medicine, which has always existed, but particularly around the vaccines. When they bring up to the doctor that the vaccine did it to them, oh boy. I mean, it's a little different now than it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I mean, doctors would get completely triggered and it turned into a bad visit. Whereas now I see a slow change and I'm hearing changes that doctors are now more sympathetic, but they don't know how to treat the disease. You know, I sometimes look at my patients and they just appear poisoned. You're right. We need a new field called spikeopathy. You know, we need to study the spike and all that it creates. It's the most pathogenic protein I've ever come across.